Senator McKenzie.
Thank you, Mr Deputy President. And I rise to speak to the ACCC Treasury Laws Amendment Bill in the very small amount of time allotted to this chamber to debate a bill where we actually seek to increase the penalties available to the ACCC. But what I'd like to have seen as we enter the fourth week of this fuel crisis is to have had the ACCC on the streets, checking up on local servos, knocking on the door of the big four fuel suppliers, launching investigations into how the market was operating, whether gouging was occurring, was there unconscionable behaviour when there were rumours of hedging and hoarding of fuel, as we've seen a trucking industry now struggling with the biggest increase in fuel prices ever. Even at the height of the Ukraine war, fuel prices increased 40 cents a litre. We are now in excess of 80 to 90 cents a litre. And that flows on through our entire economy. Australians are struggling now to pay for the fuel that they need to get to work, to get their kids to and from schools, and industries are struggling to even get supplies of diesel and petrol to keep our agriculture industry going, our mining industry, which pays the bills in this country, our fishing industry and beyond. And as we've seen in reports today, as we head into the fourth week, there is no doubt flow-on impacts right across our economy. There are claims that this hit will be in equivalence to 3 interest rate rises. So for households already struggling with Jim Chalmers and Anthony Albanese's cost of living crisis, this could come at no worse time. And while state and federal governments play the blame game, it's your problem, you take the lead. No, your problem, you take the lead. It's mums and dads lining up at suburban fuel stations or having to make the tough decisions about what they do and don't do and participate in. We've seen absenteeism increase in the manufacturing, retail, construction workforces right now. That's what's happening outside of Canberra. As the Shadow Transport Minister of this great country, I've been in conversations since day one with our trucking industry, who called for this to be declared a national disaster because truckers are going broke. They were going broke at a rate of 2 businesses a week before the crisis, and it's only gotten worse. They've asked for the federal government for disaster recovery arrangements to be activated to help small trucking businesses with cash grants, concessional loans for those businesses with fewer than 20 employees, because they can't afford to pass the fuel increases on. They've asked for the road user charge to be removed. Truckies are paying 32 cents a litre. The government could remove that with a pen stroke and give immediate relief 3 weeks ago. Allow higher productivity freight vehicles so you can move more kit to Coles and Woolworths and shelves. But we just need a regulatory change. We need someone to sign a bit of paper. We can't get that done. Nat Road, cut the road user charge. We need state-level owner-driver cost orders. The shipping industry needs the Coastal Trading Act relaxed so that ports can move freight more efficiently. There are so many suggestions. GST relief for our trucking industry, the tax on the tax, could have done that day one. But instead this government has taken 4 weeks to bring let's increase the penalties of the ACCC. I'm yet to see the ACCC prosecute anyone in the last 4 weeks. I don't know how many penalties they've actually handed out. And you know what? The Prime Minister's big announcement. In 4 days' time, he's got a plan to bring premiers to Canberra to come up with a national plan on how to save our country. These guys are incompetent, and Australia deserves better.